Actually, I started meditations in grade 7. It's actually to overcome my own desires and find a state which is so fulfilled and satisfied.
Why did you form a Catholic, convert to Buddhist?
Actually, I was a Catholic and the only child of my family. After I learned about Buddhism, I understood the fulfillment of life is liberation.
Nirvana. As a Buddhist, we all strive to understand Buddhism and its essence. So let's discuss the wonderful book that could be helpful for this journey. The Liberation Manual. This book was written by the meditation master Venerable Panadura Ananda Thero. So we respectfully extended an invitation to Ananda Thero to speak on this matter. Thero. Yeah. Venerable Sir, you have completed a very valuable work, which is the Liberation Manual. So first of all, I would like to ask, what is the Liberation Manual?
Yes, Erang. The Liberation Manual is a meditation book which has 12 meditation techniques which leads to the enlightenment, and it has the essential theories of Buddhism such as the mirage of desires, power of now, about the ignorance, the dependent origination, and so on. So it has the essential Buddhist teachings which leads to the enlightenment, and 12 meditation practices. Actually, it's a wonderful guide to transcend the mirage of desires and the illusion of mind.
So, Venerable Sir, can you describe what was the reason for write such a realistic book?
Actually, I am conducting a Dhamma sermon once a month for an international Buddhist organization. So there are thousands of members. There are DM me for the Dhamma questions and their meditation questions, but it's terribly hard to reply all of them. So that's why I wrote a book. Now I can tell them, read this chapter, read this page, then you can find the answer. So it's rather easy to me, that's why.
So as I know, there's a nice story behind you, Venerable Sir. Why did you form a Catholic, convert to Buddhist?
Actually, I was a Catholic and the only child of my family. I think in grade 6, I started to read about meditations and supernatural powers. I was so interested in those supernatural things. Actually, I think it's because of watching lots of movies and TV series.
Mm-hmm.
So, however, my intuition said there is something, there must not be a 100% fictional, there are maybe something true.
Yeah.
So that's why I started to read about meditation books and supernatural powers, about the supernatural powers. And I found out the Buddhist books also, especially the Venerable Rerukan and Chandavimala Nayaka Thero's books.
Yeah.
So after reading them, especially the Chaturarya Satya and the Chatalisakara Mahavipassana meditation book, that actually turned my mind. And I was stressed with my own desires. And I understood these desires are like a mirage. They promise us something so exquisite, but once we reach there, there is nothing. And again our mind shows us there is nothing in here, but if I gain that one, I can find the fulfillment. I'm terribly exhausted with my own desires. Then I wanted a path to overcome this state of desiring and kind of a satisfaction, because each and every thing we do for seeking for the satisfaction, the fulfillment. But until now we have done this, but we never satisfied ourselves. So after reading about Buddhism, I truly found out what is the path, what I should guide, what I should go.
So what was the reason for you, Venerable Sir, after living a comfortable life, to become a monk?
Actually, I started meditations in grade 7. It's actually to overcome my own desires and find a state which is so fulfilled and satisfied. After I learned about Buddhism, I understood the fulfillment of life is liberation. So, to attain this state, living in a ordinary life is very hard because we have some duties, we have to look after many people, and in a place like a lay home, it's very hard to find free time to meditate, and it's very hard to overcome the desires. So the monkhood would be a nice place to our spiritual growth. So that's why I chose to become a monk.
What is the exactly? Is liberation or nirvana?
Yeah. Liberation. The Lord Buddha proclaimed, "Etang santang, etam panitang, yadidang sabba sankhara samuto, sabubadi patinisaggo, tanhakayo, virago, nirodho, nibbana." This is peaceful, this is excellent, namely the stilling of all preparations, the relinquishment of all assets, the destruction of craving, detachment, cessation, extinction is Nibbana. Actually, Nibbana is stilling of all physical, verbal and mental preparations. Because we are seeking for happiness, seeking for the fulfillment by changing physical activities, verbal activities and mental activities. Until now we have done this, but we never satisfied ourselves. As an example, once we wake up in the morning, we feel staying in the bed will make me happy. If you stay in the bed for 2 hours, then your mind will say you, staying in the bed is boring. If I have a cup of tea, that would give me the happiness. Then you will change the object. After have a cup of tea, then you are still unsatisfied. Then your mind will shows you, if you watch your phone, then you can be happy.
There's another option.
Another option. For the whole life, we have done this, but we can be never satisfied by physical, verbal, and mental preparations. The only path is stilling of all preparations. The Nibbana is a state which is stilled of physical works, including breath, and all the verbal works, including volitional activities, and the mental works, including perceiving and sensating. So sensations and perceptions also are stilled in the state of liberation. In a normal concentration or samadhi, it's only still physical and verbal preparations, not mental preparations. Even when we in a good samadhi, in good concentration, in meditation, our subconsciousness is working. He can say, "Oh, now I am concentrated. No, now I am good," like that. But in the state of Nibbana, state of liberation, the subconsciousness also stilled. We can't perceive either I'm in Nibbana or I'm in the emptiness. We can't say like that. So such a cessation, such a turn off. You are not dead, but you can turn off yourself at any time, at anywhere. So the liberation is such a state, and you will understand this is peaceful, this is excellent, namely the stilling of all preparations, nothing else. So that's Nibbana.
Venerable Sir, can you describe what is the way to overcome any suffering, mental distress?
To overcome stress, suffering, depression, people can suggest many things. But I say you, there is only one way to overcome any kind of stress and suffering. It's only understanding the nature of anatta, non-self. There are many religions in the world. They are talking about perceiving a soul or dissolve a soul. But Lord Buddha teaches about understanding there is no soul is liberation. Many religions, so many religions, the ideology is perceiving a permanent soul, a self, in a heaven or anywhere, is liberation. The view of another religion say dissolving a soul by several practices, that is liberation. But according to the Buddhism, liberation can be interpreted as understanding there is no soul. Actually, we can take only 5 things as ourself. First thing is our body, sensations, perceptions, thoughts, and consciousness. There are nothing we can take as ours more than these 5. We can't wish my body be like this, not be like that. We can't take like this. So, if something is I am, so if something is mine, and if something is myself, I must have a power to control it.
Yeah.
But we can't. We have no any power to control our body or sensations or perceptions or thoughts or the consciousness. At least when I'm talking to you, if you hear a sound of a fan or something, you can't either take. May I only hear the sound of the venerable, and may I not hear the sound of the fan? It's really a mechanism. Actually, Lord Buddha's teaching can be interpreted as understanding a robot as he's a robot, understanding a machine as he's a machine. By understanding this, it is the only path to cease suffering and any kind of stress. There is no any other method.
Venerable, can you describe a meditation that can quickly lead to enlightenment?
Sure. I can teach the Panch Upadanaskandha Anatta meditation. That means discerning the non-self of 5 clicking aggregates. I told you before, there are 5 things that we take as mine, as me, and as myself. So Lord Buddha shows a path. We can discern those 5 clinging aggregates as not me, not mine, and not myself. How? I'll tell you with a small example. You can sit in a chair or in the lotus pose or something, but you must straight your spine and close your eyes and just pay your attention to your body and do understand this body is not me, this is not mine, this is not myself. Why? I can't wish my body be like this or don't be like this. I have no power in my body. My body is actually not created by me, not created by anyone else. It's actually a effect of a cause. Cause may be the past karma and the parents and the food we have taken. So it's a cause of an effect, and it's a mechanism, and I have no control on my body. So then you can purely understand this body is not me, it's not mine, and it's not myself. And you can discern your feelings and the sensations as well. Now you can be aware to any kind of sensation you can experience right now. Maybe a sensation of hearing something. Sensations means the pleasant sensation or unpleasant sensation, or neither pleasant nor unpleasant sensations. The sensations can be arise by hearing something, by a tangible, or seeing something, and so on. Now, as an example, we can take the experience as when you hear my sound, you can have such a pleasant or neither pleasant nor unpleasant sensation. Once you have the sensation, you can insight it, close your eyes and focus on some sensation, and insight it, it is not me. The sensation is not I am, this is not myself. Because why? I have no control on these sensations. I can't wish my sensations be increase or decrease. I can't take like that. If sensations are I am, I must have a control on them. But these sensations are not me, these sensations are not mine and not myself. You can purely discern these sensations as not yourself. Then you can take perceptions. Now again, be aware to your present moment and focus on some perception. As an example, you can hear my sound right now. Then you have a perception of monk is speaking. The monk is a perception. This perception also not under your control. When I am speaking and you are hearing a sound, you feed it yourself, oh, this is the sound of that monk. Then again, once that sound arises in your experiences, then you think, oh, that this is the sound of that monk. It is also a mechanism, like a machine, as a robot. So, perceptions also, you can purely insight, this is not me, this is not mine, and this is not myself. After that, the fourth step, the volitional activities or thoughts. Then again, calm yourself and aware to the moment. Then you can focus on some thought. If you have no thoughts in that moment, even you can take as a volitional activity the way you meditated right now. The meditation also a volitional activity, a thought, preparation. This meditative preparation also not yours. Actually, you feed it yourself. Insight these 5 things as not me. Because of this feeding, your machine again telling you, oh, this is not me, this is not mine, this is not myself. It's a cause and an effect. So by understanding this and focus on that meditative practice and understand and insight, this is not me, this meditative experience is also not mine, not myself. Then the 5th step, again you can be aware to the present moment and be aware to the consciousness you have. Each and every time we are changing our consciousness. In 1 second we cognize a sound, another second we cognize visual or tangible or a thought or so on. Each and every time we are cognizing something. These cognitions also not I am, not mine and not myself. As an example, I told you before, when I am speaking to you, if you hear some another sound, you can't take, may I not hear this sound, may I only hear this sound. You can't take like that. The consciousness also not under your control. You can't control it. It is also a mechanism. If the machine of the mic is on, every sound can come into the play. So it's also not yours. It's not under your control. This consciousness also, the nature of cognizing also not yours, not mine, not myself. It is also a mechanism. If you purely understand these 5 clicking aggregates, the things we taken as we are, your mind spontaneously become empty for a moment. because the thoughts generated because of clicking these 5 things.
That means people can feel that.
Yeah, you can have a big gap within your thoughts.
Okay.
If you purely inside these 5 as not I am, if you come to that state of emptiness, then you can even inside the emptiness as well. The emptiness also, you are thinking, I am the person who is empty now. Then you can focus on emptiness, and inside it, this emptiness is also not under my control. I just feeded myself, this is not me, this is not me. As a effect of that, my mind become empty, my mechanism become empty, no thoughts. So it's not under my control. Even I can't wish this emptiness last for forever, last 2 hours, 3 hours. I can't take like that. Then you can inside the emptiness also, as this emptiness is not I am, this is not mine and not myself. If you understand, this is the 6th step. If you do it correctly, your subconsciousness will also still in that moment, like you will understand that the time stops. You are aware, but you can't perceive anything, you can't feel anything. You just can live. You just can feel the fulfillment of life and the full satisfaction, and know the cycles of desires in that moment.
Yeah.
So if someone feel that liberation, feel that enlightenment for a few minutes or few seconds in the first time, this is what we call as stream entry. That means Sotapanna. The Sotapanna person feel the emptiness, feel the stilling of the preparations just for a moment, but he can't last for a longer period. But he firstly understood how is the liberation and how can I attain it, what is the path. Then again at any time he can go to that state. That is how the liberation starts.
That is very nice explanation. Actually, after that they can go on to the Sakurdagami, Ragami, the way.
They have to again and again, once someone understand, this is the fulfillment, this is the state of liberation, this is the state of destruction of craving. Then again and again his mind works on this. Each and every stress time, each and every exhausted time, he recalling, these preparations are so stressful. If I sit somewhere and close my eyes and if I turn off myself, that is the best thing. So then he again and again practice into the meditations. So by this practice, then that turn off time will increase. Then that is how someone attain the further levels.
Venerable Sir, I would like to ask before in this program, what are the social service you have currently doing?
Social services, actually I'm the meditation master at YMBA Colombo, and there are meditation programs in every Sunday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. They are providing the lunch as well. And I'm conducting a 5 days meditation retreat in every month in Talahena Community Center. It is very comfortable place to stay for a longer period. So if someone wills to practice meditations, they can join with us.
You're doing English medium or Sinhala medium?
Oh, it's Sinhala medium.
Okay. So this is my last question actually. What is the last message you have to give to the audience?
The last message. As the last message, I'd like to give you, I would like to say you all, just sit on a chair and look back of your life. Then you will understand and think about what is the meaning of life. and think about what I'm going to gain, what I'm going to fulfill, and and ask from your elders, are you satisfied or not? Then you will understand the nature of life. I'm not asking you to relinquish everything and be ordained. I just ask, just start meditations. Just start to become a philosopher. Think about the reality of life and existence. By understanding and realizing these, that will change your point of view and your whole life. In these Buddhist meditations, we are not going to relinquish anything by force. They are automatically relinquishing by its own accord. So that is the nature. I invite you all to engage in meditations. Don't waste your time. And if you are in a stress, if you are in a mental problem, join with us and we'll guide you to the peaceful state of your mind.
Okay, Venerable, thank you very much for joining this program today. Nirvana.
You're welcome, Nirvana.